Brian's Mobile One.
You've got the Subaru, you've done your pre-season head gasket replacements, whatever you got to do, and now it's ski season. I'm going to show you how to put these ski racks I got off of eBay, how to assemble them and correctly install them on your Subaru. This is a 2009 Subaru Impreza with a 2.5 liter. There's a little rocker switch. You push the top of it, it opens up, and then when you first get your crossbars, you got to unscrew this little screw to get them apart so that you can assemble them onto the car. Rotate this down and then push on it. When you get them in the package, they're closed and you have to push on the top part. This is sharp. It will get your finger, it will bite you. So make sure that you got to push forward on the front to get it in. So I just use a back handle of a butter knife and just went like that. I got sick of getting scraped up on it. And then you got a couple of bolts per each. When you look at these things, you can see that it's shaped like an airplane wing. It's trying to lift your car up. It's not for racing. So it's a little bit fatter at the front and then tapers to the back. It literally looks like a wing. Look at the cross section of this. Really effect. So you got to screw it all together first. They go this way. There's a little thing that snaps in here and it can move around, and it's got a ball and socket kind of interface. You can see that it's got a M6 by 1. You flip these up with a screwdriver on the Impreza. You see there's a little cutout right there. Get underneath of it, twist the screwdriver, and then there's your nuts. Not nuts. So what I would do is get some blue Loctite, because there isn't any on these already. Loctite solidifies after it sits. That's how it does its job and glues these on basically in the hole. So when you buy your new thread lock, I got this at Smith & Edwards Country Boy store on Redwood Road in Salt Lake. But you just take the medium strength thread locker, just put a little dot on each of them like this. So it won't come, and then all of a sudden, everywhere. I like these new little squeezy bottles. Red Loctite still comes in the old school toothpaste tube. But you just put a little bit on each of them. And if you do it at the very beginning and it's wet, then when you put it in, it'll get all the way up. And you can let it dry if you do a stripe of it. Doesn't take a lot. You don't want to make it hard to install, but just get a little bit on each one. This will save you from having to keep that wrench in there and checking it and changing it all the time, especially if you do a lot of dirt roads. You're welcome. Here's somebody wrapping it up. So you can see that these are loose, all these three. You want to make sure you get these started in really careful. Make sure you line them up good. Don't cross thread it, because it's hard stainless steel into aluminum. Guess who's going to win? The bolt. Guess who's going to lose? You. Anyway, get these all started and then hold this snug into it and just tighten them down. It's fastest to line them up and put them in this way with the wrench in this orientation. Everybody's like, I've been to IKEA, I know how to do this. Well, cool. Those that don't, get that done and then get them done like this. Get them all in the holes first, then commence tightening. Yes, there are two different lengths. The longer of the two goes in the front, and just like your roof kind of narrows back, you want to put the shorter one in the back. If you're lucky, you've got this antenna that folds down when you got your paddleboard or kayak or whatever up there, your skis, whatever. Let's show you the wrench thing here. So if you orient it this way, then you'll get a good tight seam. So I've already tightened one of these, so I go back and tighten the other one. You'll feel it start to slow down and then really bind down. When it's really bound down, stop. The beauty of using the Loctite, and I'll leave a link in the description, is this keeps it from backing out. So even if you don't get it crazy hard tight, it will still stay in there. It won't back out because it's glued, right? And then you don't over tighten it and strip it out. So once you've got the bar assembled and you have this clicked in there, it's on kind of a slide this way. You get a light source and you can see the hole right there. There's one at the back, one at the front. Choose which one you're going to do. You can choke it up a little bit or put it there, and then just put the bolt in it and smush it down. On the bottom, there's this little fin. There's this fin that sticks down right there. So its job is to absorb any vibration. So it's kind of stiff. You have to push down on it for your bolt to reach. So when you're getting it to line up, go ahead and give it a smush, get it down flat, and then your bolt should start a whole lot better. And remember, these move in and out so that you can get them just how you need them. Really careful when you're tightening these in. Remember that this is a slope, it's not perfectly level, so that when you're lining up your bolt, you want to make sure that your bolt isn't vertical. It's slightly to the front of the car in the front one, so that it's perpendicular to the surface. That'll help when you get the threads started. Get it started maybe 2 or 3 threads, which would be, you know, maybe a turn or 2. And then when you're doing the rest of it, you can see how this is made to fit together like that. I had to really force it this way and this way to get those to match while I tighten it down the rest of the way. Do it a little bit and then do the other side a little bit, go back and forth, and that'll help make sure that it's nice and even. The instructions indicate that you don't leave it this way, you turn it that way. So leave a little room for that to happen. If it's this way, you're going to have trouble getting your cover on. The way that the cover works is you just put it on like that, go a long ways, and if you grab it with your middle couple of fingers and spin it like this, that works pretty good. It's a little faster. But you get this nice and snugged up, and then when you're happy with it, that's good and snug, you just rotate this down and then push on it. So make sure that you got to push forward on the front to get it in. So this is what it looks like when it's done. You'll know if you got those things in or not. The instructions say shake it. See, they don't seem like they're much, but you can shake the whole car by them. So, and you're going to have to if you're going to be tying some big boat or something, wind bashing it on the freeway. But that looks pretty decent. Not bad for, I paid 85 bucks for these ones. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to click like and subscribe.